Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you all how to make a very tasty and yummy chocolate cake recipe with some icing. Come, let's get into the video and check out the ingredients. I'm G from G's Kitchen. Here I have kept everything ready for the recipe. I have taken 225 grams of plain flour, 225 grams of butter room temperature and 225 grams of sugar with 4 eggs and 1.5 teaspoon of baking powder and 1 teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda. And here I have taken a good quality cocoa powder, which I am going to take some milk and mix with it and boil it to make a paste out of it. So now all the ingredients are ready. Before starting to prepare the recipe, we are going to preheat the oven to 175 degrees Celsius or 350 degree Fahrenheit so that when it gets preheated, our batter also will be ready. So first here I am going to melt the cocoa powder and milk. I have taken 4 tablespoons of cocoa powder and I am going to add in 8 tablespoons of full cream milk into it. Use full cream so that it tastes better. Mix it well and keep it in low flame and mix it until it becomes to a thick consistency. Make sure the flame is in low heat. Now after about 5 minutes you can see it has come to this consistency, a very shiny kind of consistency. This is what we want. I'm going to transfer this into a small bowl and I'm going to leave it to cool down until we have prepared the other batter. This chocolate batter has to completely cool down. Now into another bowl, I'm going to sift the flour and baking powder along with the baking soda so that it gets mixed very well. Put little by little into the sieve and we are going to sift it. If you want, you can sift it for about 2 to 3 times or sift it for 1 time and mix it well. I'm adding the bicarbonate of soda and baking powder and let's sift it. Now I have sifted and I'm mixing it and I'm going to keep this aside until we make the cake batter. Into the mixing bowl, I have taken the 225 gram room temperature butter. Into it, I'm adding 225 grams of sugar and we are going to beat this until it is nice and fluffy. Just scrape the edges so that everything gets mixed well. Beat it until the color has changed slightly. And now we are going to add in eggs one by one. We will be adding 4 eggs but add one by one and beat. I have added all 4 eggs. Beat it until a little bit fluffy. And here I am adding some vanilla essence. I am using about 1 teaspoon or I'm adding about 1.5 teaspoon. If you have a thick vanilla essence, you can add 1 tablespoon as well. Mix it well just one time. And now the beating work is complete. After this, we are not going to use the beater. We are just going to fold in. Now I'm going to add in the chocolate mixture which we made and left it to cool down. Let's add little by little and mix very well. Since we are doing according to the measurements, we can add everything together. If you are a learner, a new person for baking, make sure you have measuring cups and measure all the ingredients, whatever you are adding in, and do according to the measurement so that you learn from there. And once you are experienced, then you can use it without any measurements. You will know how to use it without any measurements. Now the chocolate mixture is ready. Now we are adding the flour mixture little by little, and I'm going to fold it. We are not going to use any beater at this point. Use a spoon or spatula and fold it nicely. Scrape it from the sides and make sure all the mixture is combined very well. Now my mixture is almost ready. We are going to transfer this into a cake tray. Remember to preheat the oven. Here I have taken a non-stick pan. If it is a non-stick baking tray, you usually don't have to add anything to the surface, but for a safe side I have added just little bit of butter. If you are not using a non-stick baking tray, just add some butter and dust some plain flour, or you can even put a baking sheet on top of the butter layer. Now let's add in the batter. Use a spatula, that would be easier for you. It is highly advisable if you could invest little by little in the baking items, so that it's easy for you to do the baking. Spatula and other small items are not expensive. You can easily buy that at any baking store. Scrape all the batter into the cake tray. You can see, since I used a spatula, I could scrape all the batter. Level it a little bit, and we are going to give some tap so that it releases the air and there is no air in the batter. Now our cake batter is ready. We are going to keep it in the oven for about 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, you just take it out and check with a toothpick. If it is done, then you can take it out, or you can further bake it for 5 to 10 minutes. But after 30 minutes, make sure you check it once. Baking time depends on oven, so you have to decide on your oven capacity and how long it takes for a cake to bake. So usually it is about 30 to 45 minutes. So after 30 minutes, let's check. Here I have 4 stands. I'm keeping it on the middle rack so that it cooks evenly. Now after about 40 minutes, I have taken out the cake and it is baked completely. Since we baked in a non-stick baking tray, it's very easy to take out. So let's transfer this into a cooling rack and let it cool completely, because I'm going to make a simple butter icing on top of this cake. So to make the icing, we need the cake to completely cool down. So I'm going to leave at least for an hour. You can see how nice it is, and it is very soft as well. You can see the texture. I'm going to leave it to cool down completely in the wire rack for at least about one hour. You can see the non-stick pan. We just have to wash, clean and dry it. Now it has cooled down completely. After an hour, I'm going to cut it into half so that we can sandwich the icing. Use a sharp knife and cut it slowly. You also can find out there are special equipments to cut the cake into half if you go to a baking shop. And I have used this kind of a knife so that it's easy, and make sure your knife is always sharp. Now let's take this out. Do it carefully. Now let's keep this aside and let's make a simple icing for this. So for the icing, I have taken about 80 grams of melted butter or room temperature butter and about 60 gram of cocoa powder and about 1.5 cups of icing sugar, which I have sifted without any lumps. We don't want any lumps in the icing sugar, and I'm going to add in little bit of vanilla essence as well. And we are going to use milk in this recipe for the icing. Little by little I'm going to add in milk as well. So now let's add in the butter into a mixing bowl and beat it for a while. You just have to melt the butter only. And now we are going to add in the icing sugar little by little. Don't add all together, it might splatter everywhere. Mix it with the beater for a while and then switch on the beater. If not, it will splatter. Likewise, little by little add in all the icing sugar. When you keep on beating, you can see the color changes as well. And also you will feel that it has become a little bit difficult to beat. At this point, add little bit of milk. Don't add too much. Just add a teaspoon at a time. Don't go to add too much. Continue this until the icing sugar is finished. So far I have only added 1 teaspoon of milk, and now I'm going to add in half a teaspoon of vanilla essence. We have added in the cake as well, so no need to add too much. Just mix it. And now I'm going to add in the cocoa powder little by little and mix it in the same way. I have taken 60 grams of cocoa powder. You can beat it and taste it, and you can add accordingly. Some people like very strong cocoa powder flavor. Now I am adding the second teaspoon of milk. Continue to add cocoa powder. I'm going to again add in little bit of milk. So it's about 3.5 tablespoons, or about 3 tablespoons of milk. So now our butter icing is ready. This is what we want. This is the consistency we want. We don't want it too thick or too thin. If it is too thick, it's very difficult for you to spread in the cake, and if it is too thin, it will run and you will not be able to spread as well. Now we have taken the cake. So here is a tip for you. If you feel that your cake is dry, you can add some sugar water into a sprayer and spray a little bit, or sprinkle sugar water. Just add some sugar into the water, melt it, and then you can sprinkle a little bit. But my cake's consistency is soft, so I'm not going to do it. But in case your cake is a bit rough or hard, if you feel like that, you can use the sugar water. And now I'm going to use this to spread the icing. If it is a flat surface like that, it will be very easy, or else you can use the spoon as well. You can see it is getting spreaded well. So I'm going to sandwich the cake. let's spread it out evenly. You can eat the cake as such without any icing, but since it's a festival season and if you have invited guests to your house, or if you feel like you want to feed your family with something special, you can make this icing. Cashew nuts go very well with chocolate, so if you like, you can add in some crushed cashew nuts, roasted cashew nuts also. That also will give a nice taste to this recipe. You don't have to grind it to a powder, just a coarse powder will do. Roasted cashew nut powder. And now I'm going to close the cake and I'm going to do some icing on top as well. I'm not a professional baker. I just know how to make a cake and do some icing to serve my family. I think that should be enough for us. If you are a professional baker, then you can do much more. Spread it nicely. If you get the icing consistency correct, it will be very easy for you to spread. You can use nozzles to make designs or whatever, but I am just going to leave it plain as such. And now to make it a bit nicer, I'm going to cut off the edges so that it looks nice. There is no difference in the just I want to make it a bit more nicer, so that I'm cutting the edges. Don't cut too much because the cake is good to eat, the edges is also good to eat. Just a little bit so that you can see it becomes a little bit neat. And then you can clean the board with a tissue. I have taken a fork and I'm just giving some design. If you want, you can do it. If not, you can just skip it. That's your creativity, how you want the cake to be. And now the tasty chocolate cake is ready. Make this at home and enjoy with your family and friends. Let me meet you with another interesting recipe. Thank you. Stay safe.